81-36. Phoenix Suns basketball presented by Casino Arizona.
I'll enjoy it a lot more if we win this one. Guys?
Well, and the energy's been good. That was something Terry Porter was very concerned about in the two previous games against Utah and, of course, the Lakers Thursday night. But the energy was very good, and I give Shaquille O'Neal a lot of credit for that because he came out and early said, hey, this is my territory. Phoenix Suns broadcaster made available in high definition by Verizon Wireless. Call your cable or satellite provider for HD information. Here we go. Brandon Roy, who had 15 points in that first half, came on late in the first half. Doesn't get the shot to go. Shaq comes down with yet another rebound, his 14th of the game.
Got to keep an eye on these Portland Trail Blazers players on the offensive end. Had a huge quarter last night against the Sacramento Kings where they put up 37 points in the third period.
Here is Shaq backing in on Prisbilla and punishes him. And Prisbilla not very happy the way he was treated there.
Big Diesel just backing right down low, throw that left shoulder right into him, and that baby right-handed hook.
I don't think those two guys like each other very much, Prisbilla and Shaq. I've seen this before when they kind of tangle with each other. Got a lot of respect for one another, but they're not giving any quarter at all. Here's Aldridge backing in with 9 on the shot clock. Aldridge not able to get it. Barnes comes down to the rebound. Aldridge is struggling tonight. 2 of 8 shooting.
Mark Stoudemire putting that good, hard defense on him.
Here's Nash, foul away. Blake comes out, but not in time, and Nash now with 9 points. Nash has not missed a shot. He is 3 of 3 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. 45-36. Here's Blake coming back and answering at the other end.
Steve Nash got popped. He's rubbing his right side of his neck. I don't know if it's a screen or Steve Blake got him himself.
Boy, he takes some punishment. I remember the game against Detroit. Some of the issues he had with the shoulder where he got beaten up a little bit. He gets him a little pick and roll now for Amari, and Amari connects, and that's the shot that Terry Porter wants him to take more often.
That 1-4 pick and roll is absolutely deadly for Steve Nash and Amari Stoudemire as Nash collects his 5th assist.
And Blake comes back. Now, Blake had that hot hand last night, and he's come out here in the second half and hit 2 shots early. Has 7 points in the ball game, 7-point lead for the Suns. Suns trying to win their 9th game of the year. They go 4-3 at home. That intended for Amari. Amari wants a call, didn't get it. It'll be Blazer basketball. He is upset. He thought he was fouled.
Yeah, but I mean, when you're turning the basketball over the way you are, I mean, is that really a pass that you want to make when you've already got 12 turnovers? You get your 13th on that play?
I think that's a good point. Brandon Roy goes in. Nash hit the deck from the corner, and that is Batum able to hit the shot. And he has 6 points in the ball game.
Yeah, I talked about these Blazers in the third period. Nate McMillan makes some fantastic adjustments at halftime and gets his troops fired up to play in the second half.
Here's Nash coming back and answering. So Steve Nash has decided, I'm going to step up. He's 4 of 4 from the field.
Got 2 players now in double figures for the Phoenix Suns, and Amari on 9.
White brings it over now to Brandon Roy. Gets a screen from Prisbilla. Kicks into the corner. Blake's got the hand right now. Blake looks like he did last night when he went on that roll and hit 6 threes.
Yeah, I think he made 5 in a row at one point when he was shooting 6 of 10 from the three-point line.
49-46. The pace has really picked up offensively. Rajavelle doesn't get the bounce. Shaq and a late whistle. And we've got a technical now. And is that on Shaq?
Yeah.
Wow. As Prisbilla went down, there was a collision between Aldridge and Shaq. Prisbilla was part of it, and then Shaq. Let's see if we can figure this one all out.
Watch Shaq with the extracurricular right here. After the whistle call, that left arm comes flying out, and like a baseball bat catches Prisbilla upside the head.
You know, Shaq is like a bull in a china closet, and if he moves at all, you're going to take some punishment. And there's a good example of it. And the technical will send Blake to the free throw line.
Gary, let me ask you a question. What's the difference between Brandon Roy after he's fouled, swinging his arms and catching guys and getting a whistle, and Shaquille O'Neal swinging his arms and catching somebody and getting a whistle, and not getting a whistle?
Well, Shaq can't be a subtle. There's no subtle part to his game, and everybody notices everything he does. So Shaq picks up his 3rd foul, the technical. Here is Nash off to Amari. Matt Barnes with the 3, count it. And Fulton Holmes proud to own the three-point zone. And Fulton Homes donates another $150 to Suns Charities.
Let's see Barnes with a little bit more time getting that lift under his legs there.
And there is Aldridge countering at the other end. Aldridge now with 7 points in the ball game. You can see both teams have come out smoking here in the second half after only 34% in the first half for this Portland team. They picked up the pace. There's a reach in by Batum, deflects it. Out it comes to Portland.
One of those many steals that Portland forces over the course of the game.
They average over 7 steals a game. There is Blake. That's short. So he is at least human. The way he was shooting the ball there for a moment, you wondered. And there's Bell. Brisbilla got a piece of him and the ball. Bell hits the floor hard. It'll be Phoenix ball, and Roger Bell's going to be okay. Comes out kind of limping. This is quite a bit of contact here.
Now Bell takes the ball hard to the basket. He gets by his first defender, but you get Brisbilla, who's fantastic at blocking shots, comes over and swats that one away.
That's his 4th block of the night. Out it comes now to Brandon Roy. Roy seems to always be under control. Always seemingly on top of his game. Goes in, kicks it out to Blake. What a player he's going to be.
Great body balance.
Yes, sir. And now the release comes out to Batum. He can't hit it. Aldridge gets it away and slams it home. And Terry Porter can't be happy about that putback. 52-51, a 1-point game. The Suns led at half, 41-36. Then it comes to Barnes. Barnes wheels in, lost it. And we're going to have a late whistle as Barnes is decked and fouled. Is that on Brisbilla? It is.
A lot of chirping outside between the players and the officials right now. Guys got to make sure that they keep their heads. You can't afford any more technical fouls in a close game like this or somebody getting tossed.
Brisbilla with his 2nd foul of the night. Barnes will inbound. 14 on the shot clock. 7:24 to go in this Western Conference showdown between one of the older teams in the league and the 2nd youngest team. There's another turnover. Suns have got to cut down the turnovers. Brandon Roy brings it off to Aldridge. You can see 15 in the ball game. Aldridge, tough shot. Rebound, Brisbilla. Brisbilla just brings his lunch pail when he comes to a game. I mean, he's not pretty. Stayed with it, lost it. It'll be Phoenix ball.
I played with Joel when he was a rookie in the Milwaukee Bucks. Really has added some strength and muscle to go down and munch the trees and bang for those boards.
He was a 2-time Minnesota High School Player of the Year before he went to the University of Minnesota. There's Shaq, left it short. Give Brisbilla some credit. He had good position defensively. Blake, beautiful feed to Aldridge. And Amari tried to block it, and Aldridge was ahead of him, and Amari's really upset right now.
Yeah, lead change. I mean, this Portland Trailblazers team has really come out focused here in the 3rd quarter. And I think Amari's going to have to come out of this. Coach Porter's going to call timeout.
Well, you know, it's interesting. Amari wanted a timeout. Porter hadn't really called it. So then the official looked over and said, "You want a timeout?" Porter said, "Prize gift card on sale now at suns.com or call 602-594-2214. Well, Scott Williams, Thursday night, Terry Porter felt like his team didn't get physical enough. And again tonight, you see Portland trying to rough up the Suns a little bit. That seems to be what everybody's saying. Get physical and you can beat this team.
They're getting physical. I'm not quite sure if that's what's allowing them to be on top right now. I think it's more the Suns just being careless with the basketball.
And there's Amari, and he needed that. He was really upset a while ago. He tried to block the shot, looked to the bench, wanted a timeout, and he got it. The Blazers on a 6-0 run the last 145 previous to that shot. Roy brings it out to Aldridge. Batum, who played in France. His dad was a pro basketball player in France. Out it comes to Batum. Good ball movement. With 4 on the shot clock. And there is Blake again.
Nice job by the Portland Trailblazers that time. Moving that basketball around the perimeter. We talked about how unselfish they are. They just look for the open man to try to get the easy shot.
Biggest lead of the game now for the Blazers. Up by 2, 56-54. Shaq dribbling out. Gets it off to Roger Bell. He's going to launch. Can't get it. Roger Bell now 0 for 5 shooting tonight.
They're going to have to be very careful. They were very outside oriented in the second half in Utah. Got away from their game plan and lost that game.
There's Aldridge trying one, and Brisbilla pulls it down again. And Blake again. Don't give him all those cracks. There is Aldridge able to back tap it, but eventually Nash comes up with it. Barnes. Bell needs this.
Got it.
Boy, is that a big shot for him. A three. After going 0 for 5, he connects. Suns retake the lead. Blake from outside. Nash is shaken up on the play. He is limping. He got decked on that play. We're talking about how physical teams are getting, and then he runs into Batum. Yeah. And he's a little upset right now.
Yeah, OTC, 1 cup Canadian. He will not sit here all night long and just take this punishment. He wants to dish some out, too.
It's a good point as it comes out to Amari Stoudemire. 4:42 to go in this rugged third quarter here at the Purple Palace. A mismatch now. Aldridge comes out on Nash. And Barnes kicks it out. Bell, can he hit 2 in a row? He can. And Fulton Holt's crowd go in the three-point zone, and they'll donate around to $150 to Sun Charity. Bell, back-to-back threes. And you can see in this quarter, the Suns, 3 of 5, as they've started to connect from outside. Of Batum tries one. Shaq comes down to the rebound. He has 17 rebounds. Bell again. Boy, if that had gone, this place had gone nuts. Off it comes to Nash. Prisbilla cuts him off, a blocking foul on Prisbilla. So Roger Bell stayed with it. Couldn't seem to find anything to go. He hits a pair of threes, and the Suns have the lead.
Well, that's what you need from Roger Bell. He's too good a three-point shooter to continually miss out there. He's got to stay with his shot.
Look at Blake in this quarter. 14 points. And that's what he did last night. He just ignited against Sacramento. 60-59. Barnes to Shaq. Look out below.
He had 2 monster jams in this game so far.
13 points for Shaq with 17 rebounds. There's Roy trying to feed it inside. Good defense by Matt Barnes. Now one guy's pointing one way, one the other. They're going to give it to Phoenix. Let's go back to Shaq and the flush a moment ago.
Great penetration by Shaq. Greg Oden's got to come over and help out. Shaq sent him a message. I'm not ready to give you my crown just yet, young fella.
26 minutes of the game for Shaq. 13 points and 17 rebounds. High looping pass to Amari. Double team. Swinging around. Beautifully done. Matt Barnes. Yes. And the Suns right now are really in a rhythm.
That's the benefit of playing inside-out basketball. Throw it in the post, rotate it around the weak side, find the open man in the corner. Look at the corner shooting there. Suns 10 for 16. Blake was 9 of 17. Both teams on fire.
After shooting poorly in that first half, they both have picked it up. Here's Roy. Tough shot. Can't get it to go. Oden is coming to the ball game. It'll be off of Phoenix. Here comes Rudy Fernandez back in. The guy who is a 23-year-old rookie from Spain who has a great future ahead of him. They're going to get Blake out of there. Blake with the 14 points in the quarter will leave at the 3:13 mark.
Yeah, probably. Terry Porter's having a little sigh there that see Blake go out. He's torching the Suns here in this third period.
Out it comes to Outlaw. Outlaw 20 seconds on the shot clock, swinging around out of Fernandez. Roy looking in. 3 minutes to go in this third quarter. Here is Roy, left it short. Amari comes down to the rebound.
Good job by Amari boxing out for a 6-4 tonight.
From outside, Nash. And the 3-ball is the order of the third quarter for the Suns. Bell hits a couple. Barnes hits one. Nash connects from outside. And Nate McMillan has seen enough.
Just listen to this place. They're on fire. Steve Nash, that's all he needed. He got knocked to the...
Both teams.
Yeah, both teams getting them up here in this third period. I don't know if 3 stands for come out and shoot the 3-ball in the third period, but both teams really lighting it up from the outside because both teams have been playing pretty much from the inside out. Whether they get the offensive rebound and kick it back out or going inside.
Thanksgiving came a little early this year. We're going to show you later about Shaquille O'Neal as he was passing out some turkeys early. As the Suns now have outscored the Blazers 11-0 in the last 2 minutes and 50 seconds of this third quarter. Bell coming after Brandon Roy. Boy, how would you like to have Roger Bell tracking you down through the course of a game?
One of the best defenders in the NBA.
Aldridge brings it off now to Fernandez. Fernandez back to Aldridge. In the corner it goes. And shot not connecting for Outlaw. Amari comes down to another rebound. His 6th of the game.
Impressive play there by Nate McMillan coming out of that timeout break. Got the guy they wanted to have this shot. One of the best 3-point shooters in the NBA. 5th in the league. Just couldn't get it to stay down.
Shooting 52% before the start of the night. And we've got a foul as Nash is ducked inside. Here comes Channing Frye back into the ball game for Portland. Aldridge will leave. 2:11 to go in the third as the Suns have come out with a 3-ball in this quarter and have the lead of 68-59. Barnes outside. He has one of those threes. Outlaw picks him up into Shaquille. Oden, the guy who's learning up, growing a lot in this his rookie year as he gets taken to school there by Shaquille and commits a foul. 15 foul against the Blazers. And against Oden, his 4th of the night.
Yeah, one thing Shaq does real well is reestablish that position real close to the basket. Kind of gives him a little bit of chicken wing there. Gets Oden on his backside with that right elbow. And is able to get up underneath him, and Oden's got a foul. So he'll learn from that one right there. Class was in session.
Shaq 1 of 5 from the free throw line. Whether it's a home game HD telecast, the Suns live pregame and postgame shows, or it's exclusive access to the team. Fox Sports Arizona covers the Suns like no one else on planet Orange. So Shaq got 1 of 2. 10-point lead, which is the biggest lead of the game. Roy outside. Fernandez trying to get open on the baseline and does. Rudy Fernandez, who was 17th in the league, 3-point shooting, makes it 69-62. And for the Blazers, they now have hit 7 of 21 behind the line. Roger Bell, and Bell hit 2 back-to-back. Cools off a little bit with that one. Roy into the offensive end with 15 points of the ball game. Then it comes low to Oden, and there's Shaq Karicha. Shaq right now is pulling out all these bag of tricks against Oden.
Yeah, he's really getting down on low post position. He's flashing the glass, showing this young fellow, hey, this is how you play as a big man in the NBA. 14 points, 17 rebounds from Shaq, couple block shots, and that swat away there.
As he said, he's still the emperor. As Outlaw misses, Amari comes down for the rebound. Amari now starting to really be a force on the board.
Yeah, 8 boards for Amari Stoudemire in this game. Shaquille O'Neal and Amari Stoudemire patrolling that paint.
Then it comes to Shaq. Oden hanging on as Shaq dumps it outside to Bell. A minute to go here in the third quarter. Into Shaq. They reload inside. And he's traveled to the ball. And Oden looks to the official and says, thank you. I was in real trouble on that play.
I thought Shaq was going to spin off that right shoulder and come with his left-hand hook towards the middle. But he just decided to try to bulldoze his way. You can see their feet got tangled up, and Shaq had to take that little bunny step.
You know, they list Oden at 7 foot. Shaq at 7'1". Shaq looks so much bigger as Fernandez missing outside. Doesn't he? He looks a lot bigger than Oden does. Off it comes now to Nash. Of course, everybody looks small compared to Shaq. That was a great statement, wasn't it? But, I mean, he does. He dwarfs Oden. And there's the steal. Fernandez the other way. Oh, beautifully done, but Outlaw can't finish. That would have been a spectacular play had they completed it and finished it. Here's Barnes outside. 3, yes! Matt Barnes is back, has livered up. And Fulton Holmes donates another $150 to Suns Charities.
I just don't think Matt Barnes' back was loose to start this ball game. He didn't have that kind of lift on his shot earlier.
But he has hit a couple here in the third quarter, has 9 points in the game. Look at Roger Bell cut off Roy and eventually ends up with a foul. And that is only the second team foul against the Suns in this quarter. And so they'll take it side out.
Smart play if you're Roger Bell.
Roger Bell, if you want to shut down defensive stopper, you have to look a long time in the league to find anybody better than Roger Bell. Singletary's going to come into the ball game now. Nash will sit down with 5 seconds left in the quarter. Oden to Fried, to Roy, and wide left. So the Suns enjoy a 10-point lead as we go to the fourth quarter, outscoring the Blazers 31-26. It was a 3-ball for the Suns, and Morris will come back in. And you know what's interesting? Neither one played in the third quarter, but Scott, you had a good point. They were playing so well that Terry Porter didn't want to mess with anything.
Now, the rhythm, the chemistry, the ball movement, the rebounding, everything looked good. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Here's Singletary, who continues to be the backup point guard to Steve Nash. They bring it in now to Amari Stoudemire's 11 points and 7 rebounds. 10-point lead for the Suns. Here's Grant Hill. He's in double figures with 10 points. Grant Hill tonight is 5 of 9 shooting the ball.
What a play. I mean, they just set that one up perfectly. That's one thing this team has done really well. Execute out of quarter breaks and timeouts.
Yep. Inside it goes now, and having trouble is Oden. He was triple teamed inside. Eventually, he disappeared from sight that time. Eventually, the foul is going to go on Singletary. Take your choice. There were 3 guys hacking away at him.
I think Barnes had a saddle on his back, and the referee wasn't going to call the foul until he saw the spur marks that he left in him. And the referee picked up on those and called the foul.
You see what Barnes did in that third quarter. A couple of those threes got him going. Portland, by the way, has hit only 1 of their last 9 field goals. Our statistician Tom Delnoise pointing out as Oden at the line, and Oden has really struggled from the line tonight. 1 of 4. Nate McMillan's team down 74-63. They're going to go to the zone this time.
Yeah, real effective last night against Sacramento.
And that's a way to break a zone. Shoot over it.
Mark Stoudemire looks good in the second half. He struggled a little bit in that first half. Second half, he's come out now eyeing the basketball, and he's getting his defense going to get his offense going.
I thought he got upset. Really got upset emotionally, and it took him out of his game a little bit. And now he seems to be back calm, cool, and collected. Fernandez can't do it. Deflected out, and eventually Channing Frye comes up with it. And Grant Hill grabbing his hamstring as he goes back defensively after that play. He looks like he's okay. Blake goes baseline. Out to Fernandez. He'll just keep pumping. He's not hitting, and Oden's going to be called for the foul. And that will be his 5th. Fernandez tonight is 1 of 7. Oden picking up his 4th foul. Blake's going to come back into the ball game. And Outlaw will sit down.
Yeah, Greg Oden, 5 personal fouls in this game. One thing you talk about when you talk about how great he is, he's susceptible to showing the balls on offense, and defensively he is still foul prone as he's learning how to adjust to the speed of this NBA game.
The culture of the NBA is overwhelming at times. So they're going to go back to the zone again. Hill brings it out to Singletary. Singletary, and it's going to be kicked. They'll set it to 14 seconds. Fernandez kicking the ball. 10:24 left to go. The Suns will go on the road, and they'll meet Oklahoma City. We'll have a new coach now. Scott Brooks taking over as P.J. Carlissimo was fired. Matt Barnes missing outside, and we have a loose ball foul inside. They're going to call that against Fernandez, I believe. Nope. It's going to be on.
I think they got Brandon Roy.
They got Brandon Roy.
I think he held up to number 7 there.
Brandon Roy is the guilty party. And so Roy picking up the foul as it comes off now to Barnes in the corner. To Omari. And beautifully done. Floating in the air. He knew Priscilla was in the vicinity, but he was able to finish. 78-63.
This sellout crowd, 18,422. Loving the way the Suns are playing unselfish basketball here in the third.
With great energy, I might add, as Frye able to connect outside.
I should say third period and on into the fourth, as we're already now into the fourth period. 2 minutes underway in the fourth period.
Well, the third was so impressive, you had to go back and refer to it. Here's Diallo. That ball deflected out by Frye. 12 on the shot clock, and that deflected out. It'll be off of Portland. Suns with 11 seconds to shoot.
Suns a little quicker to the basketball tonight. Rebounds, loose balls. I think in the last 2 ball games, they got out-hustled by Utah and the Lakers.
That's that energy thing that Terry Porter was talking about. He wants his team to play with more energy, and they're doing that. Singletary, and the rebound by Roy, and Matt Barnes almost picked his pocket. 9:28 to go. Blake outside, inside to Frye. Frye releasing inside and fouled, and Omari picked up the foul. That's his 3rd. They caught him napping that time. They got the ball inside before the Suns were back defensively.
That transition defense wasn't very good. That's something that Coach Porter just wants to see his big men run down there and seal that lane up a little bit quicker. Channing Frye worked behind the defense before anybody could recognize he was back there. You give Steve Blake, a la Steve Nash, an opportunity to throw behind the defense, and they'll deliver the basketball in the right place every time.
Terry Porter looking on. He is 5-0 against teams he has ties to. One of those is an earlier win over the Blazers. He'd like to go to 6-0. Rebounding from that disappointment on Thursday night against the Lakers. If they can finish off the next 9:24, Frye makes it 78-67. Singletary, who was quite a football player in high school, Matt Ryan, who was the Atlanta Falcons' sensational quarterback, was the quarterback, and Sean was his wide receiver. Show you his athleticism. There's Amari outside. Boy, there was a lot of bodies flying up in the air that time. Blake back the other way. Less than 9 to go. Sean's trying to win their 11th straight against Portland, and Roy, he's used that left hand more than he's used his right hand tonight.
Oh, he's so diddly from the three-point range. He just shows that little pump fake, goes all the way to the basket. Some Sun defender's got to come over and try to cut him off.
17 points now for Brandon Roy, who could very well be back here in February for the All-Star game. Swing it around in the corner. Singletary thought about the shot, goes inside. No. Fry brings it out now to Blake. Portland trying to make a move.
Suns need to stop.
Blake picked up by Diaw. We have a mismatch now as Diaw coming out on Blake. Fernandez in the corner goes to Fry. Fry connects, and now Terry Porter's got to get a little anxious right now.
Yeah, he needs a timeout. His team right now not playing real well. Not on the offensive end, not on the defensive end.
9-0 run by Portland, and all of a sudden it's a 6-point game. They led by as many as 15, did the Suns. And Portland crowd on hand. 127th consecutive sellout. Suns were feeling pretty good about themselves, and all of a sudden then Portland goes on a 9-0 run, the last 153. You can see the shooting now in this second half, and the Suns need to get back to where they were earlier. All of a sudden, this Portland team found a way to claw back in. They were leading by as many as 15. All of a sudden, down by 6. There's Priscilla with a block. Out it comes to Fernandez. Portland got to get closer, possibly. This Portland team's got some fight in them. Remember, a back-to-back game, but they have shown great energy here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, DL thought he had an easy flow right-hand flipper, but Prisbilla went way up top to get that before it was coming on its way down.
Blake trying to shake Grant Hill. Nice play by Steve Blake. Blake is really a surprising player. He has 19 points in the game. He played with Juan Dixon on that Maryland Terrapin team that won the NCAA championship in Atlanta. 4-point game now. What happened to that 15-point lead? Nash brings it out now to Barnes. Boris Diaw at 8 points in the first half, played one of his better halves of the year. To Hill. Suns have nothing going. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Hill somehow bails him out. I mean, that was a heck of a play.
Well, all the way on the three-point line with a man right in his shorts with him, drove down, would not be denied. He got it to the basket. They went 6 of 9 from three-point range in that third period. I think they got enamored with that long outside shot. Stopped going inside. That time, Grant Hill did the right thing and took it to the basket.
I agree with you. Hill with 12 points in the ballgame now. He is 6 of 10 shooting. Roy off to Prisbilla, and he's going to be fouled before he can get the shot off. Boris Diaw over there collapsing on the play. Roger Bell's going to come back into the ball game. Diaw with his third foul. He and Stoudemire have 3 fouls for the Suns. So Barnes sits down, and Roger Bell checks in. 6:46, a lot of basketball left to be played yet. 6-point lead for the Suns. Roy having a tough time controlling that one eventually. They call a foul on Bell, who just checked into the game.
And that's going to be Bell's third foul, the team 4th foul. So now all of a sudden the Suns find themselves in the penalty situation. On the next foul, Portland will go to the line and shoot free throws the rest of this game.
Well, I tell you, Terry Porter wants Bell in there not to let Roy get going. And he, that time, got a little too aggressive on the play as Blake goes inside, and they call a palming the basketball. You don't see that call very often. Terry Porter was helping the officials with the call.
He did a nice little tricky dribble there to get to the front of the rim, was what Steve Nash likes to try to do. But that time he was going to pass it, then spun it back, and dribbled it some more. So the referees caught him. 9
turnovers against the Trailblazers. The Suns are right on their season average. They were averaging 16.6 turnovers. They have 17 tonight. Diaw inside. Nice pass up. O'Neal, and that is what Boris Diaw can do. He's one of the best big passing men in the NBA.
4th assist to Shaq. He's the best one on the team from one low to high.
Look at Roy, another left-handed shot.
You sure he's not left-handed?
I'm beginning to wonder.
He's ambidextrous, that's for sure, because he can take it right to left or left to right and finish with ease either way.
So both Roy and Blake have 19 points in the ball game. Inside 6 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Nash with 14 points, 5 assists. Brings it out to Diaz. Diaz shuffles it out to Hill. Grant Hill gets the bounce. Grant Hill has been something.
Boris Diaw again. Hey, that's what he does. Whether he's passing to guys down low or pulling that little crab dribble around the perimeter, he just delivers the ball where guys can catch and make shots.
And Hill with 14 points in the game. Brandon Roy trying to shake Roger Bell. What a battle those two are having. There's Channing Frye once, twice. Fouled from behind by Boris Diaw. Roger Bell is absolutely like a second skin on Brandon Roy. He's making him work.
And Brandon Roy's still out there scoring points. He's got nearly 20 in his ball game, his season average. Off a miss, Amari Stoudemire shot. The big fella right there to swing that thing down and collapse the rim. And Amari says, hey, I can do that too. I know how to fly. Slams that one down. Let's show the visitors some love. This is a nice play by LaMarcus Aldridge. Oh, excuse me, that's Greg Oden throwing that, breaking the rim. And then LaMarcus Aldridge, he gets into the act. And then I love this one right here. Out of my way, young fella.
I assume that was a diesel sound that you're making. Anyway, look at
that's the Shaq liner.
14 points for Hill in 21 minutes, and he had 8 in the first half. What's really keeping Portland in this game, Scott, is offensive rebounds. They have 15 of them and 13 second-chance points.
Yeah, they're really getting off after the glass. It's been, Greg Oden, LaMarcus Aldridge, Channing Frye, even some of the young yells that got down there and got some long rebounds out the free throw line extended area.
Suns would improve to 15-1 against Portland since Steve Nash returned to the Valley of the Sun. If they can put this one away, 8-0 at US Airways Center. Frye missed both free throws.
Oh, that's huge.
And they are 8 of 14 from the line. 57% for the free throw line, and that's got to concern Nate McMillan. 84-76, Diaw looking in against Channing Frye. Nash backs out, got a switch now, a mismatch. In it comes to Diaw, kicks it out, nice ball movement, 5 on the shot clock. Bell moves in for a 2. So Roger Bell, after a slow start to this game, has really impacted the second half.
Yeah, I know they're not over 100 points yet in the fourth period like they normally are, but that inside-outside basketball looks really good to me tonight.
Doesn't it? 7 of 12 in the quarter. Suns have failed to reach 100 points in 4 of the last 5 games, and with 4:45, it looks like they could reach that area. As the foul is on Shaquille O'Neal, that'll be his 3rd. And Brandon Roy will go to the line. By the way, the Suns tonight could become the 3rd Western Conference team to reach 9 victories, joining the Rockets, who won at Orlando tonight, and the Jazz, who won at Memphis. Of course, the Lakers are the only West team with more victories. They are 10-1. One of those, of course, coming here Thursday night. So Roy gets those free throws to go.
Yeah, you would expect him to get it. He's an 84% free throw shooter, even though Portland's struggling from the line tonight.
86-78. Grant Hill directing the traffic. Hill dumps it into Shaq. He was in so low that Channing Frye could do nothing with it, and commits a foul.
And that's where they wanted that ball. They could see the mismatch. Channing Frye definitely not enough kilos to handle the big fella down low, and did the right thing, fouled him before Shaq had an opportunity to actually shoot the basketball. That's only the 3rd foul of the quarter for the Portland Trailblazers.
And the first on Frye. So Bell will inbound with 4:29 left into Nash. Nash has taken only 6 shots tonight. He's hit 5 of them. Diaw kicks it out. Steve thought about a 3, but coming out is Frye on him. Now he goes and hits it. He took it, measured it, got it, and full goes the crowd knows the three-point zone. Another $150 to Suns charity. Fernandez with a 3 attempt. Eventually, Bell's got it. Bell streaking to the basket. And Nate McMillan calls timeout.
Just the 6th fast break point for the Phoenix Suns, but what a time it came out. Gives them a 12-point lead with 4:03 to play in the 4th.
Nash seems to...
Just about 4 minutes to play here in downtown Phoenix. The Suns lead the Portland Trail Blazers 90-78. Mark McClure back with the courtside. A reminder, Planet Orange Primetime presented by Quest, a 30-minute show in high definition that focuses on in-depth storytelling, and all access features on the Suns will debut very soon, Friday, right here on Fox Sports Arizona. Don't miss the premiere as we take in the life of Suns Hall of Fame broadcaster Al McCoy. Now back here courtside, things are getting loud, and I take you back towards Steve Nash and Shaquille O'Neal had to say following Thursday's loss to the Lakers. They said to give this thing time, that at times, like the last fast break before the timeout, you were going to see flashes of the old Suns, but if they want to win and be successful this season, they're going to have to blend that with playing defense and getting stops. Guys?
Mark, thank you very much. Terry Porter, in talking to him about the tempo and the style of play, said that he believes it is a work in progress, but it could be one of those things when the light goes on, the switch is thrown, and all of a sudden they know what they need to get done, and it becomes a habit, and that's what he's looking for. And tonight there's been some good things. Suns coming out in the zone right now, and from the corner is Blake again.
Blake is hot as fire in his last two ball games. 13 points in the third quarter. A big three when his team needed it right there to cut it to a three-possession game.
20 points last night, 22 tonight. He's hit 4 of 7 threes. Shaq wheels across the middle, and the big Diesel's fouled en route to the basket. Suns were on an 8-2 run before that three from the corner by Blake. Foul will go on Aldridge.
I'm a little surprised that they didn't go to a little bit of a hack of Shaq with Shaquille O'Neal out there, something that Greg Popovich likes to do when his team is a little bit behind, forcing Shaquille O'Neal to go to the line and make free throws. At this one, he's been able to knock his shots down tonight, though.
All right, Scott, you had the keys to the game. Let's revisit those and see how they have played as this game has unfolded.
Keeping the kids in the yard, for the most part, they really did that, except for a small stretch in the third period. They've really got these Trailblazers shooting under 40% from the line, from the field, and also keep the ball moving. Great ball movement, player movement. They've had perimeter shots and layups because they're moving themselves and moving the basketball.
Shaq missed the second free throw. Amari got the rebound. He's fouled by Blake. Both teams now over the team foul limit as Amari will go to the free throw line. Stoudemire tonight, 15 points, 9 rebounds. Again, not getting to the free throw line like he was when he went on that Eastern road swing. He's been there 3 times tonight, 3 of 3. And Porter, in talking about that, says that people began to realize that they had to keep him out of the paint, make him take the outside shot, which plays really into one of his strengths. And that's that outside shot.
Yeah, and I think he's seen a bit more, not so much a full-on double team, but players coming down and shading him to prevent him from coming to the middle.
5 Suns are in double figures tonight. 93-81. Blake from the corner again. And Aldridge, whoa. He looked like he was too far under the basket to make that happen.
I saw him galloping from the three-point line when the shot was taken. I thought there's no way this kid's going to get to the glass.
13 points for Aldridge, who's been relatively quiet. 13 points, 7 rebounds. Into Shaq. 3 minutes and a few seconds plus left in this game. Hill inside, and he'll go to the free throw line. You know, Grant Hill is kind of sneaky. He gets on that baseline, finds an opening, and people are beginning to realize you getting the ball, and he can do some damage inside.
Yeah, another fantastic pass by Steve Nash. He's like one of those water polo players. You know, you can swim behind the net. Well, that's what he does. He lurks behind that basket, down by the baseball line, that 4-foot area. And Steve Nash gets him the ball every time he's open.
Grant Hill missing a free throw, and he doesn't do that very often. Second one on the way. Got it. 94-83 Phoenix. I tell you, this is going to be a really good bounce-back game. The Suns can hang on here the last 3 minutes. That ball deflected out. Shaq going after it. Look out. Oh, no! Look out. As he disappears in the crowd. That's reminiscent of a year ago. He's okay, and the crowd loves it.
Yeah, wow. 18,422 people love it. The 5 people that he crashed into, I'm not so sure if they're real happy about it.
I gotta love this guy. Shaq has a flair for the dramatic.
Here he comes. He tries to save the basketball. He thinks he gets over the first 3 rows, but it's that last row. Look at the whole chair. The row of chairs just buckles. Thank goodness there's nobody sitting in what would have been row 4.
They may have to replace that chair. 94-83. Maybe the whole row. Here's Roy. 3 by Brandon Roy. So Roy hasn't given up in this game. He's got 24 points, and it isn't over. 94-86, 2:43 left to go. Here's Nash with a fist. They have the play call.
They love 1-4 late game situations when they have the lead.
Nash keeps going to Shaq. Nice catch. And he is able to funnel it in. 10-point game.
First the chairs, then the rim. The big fella's tearing everything up tonight.
That's right. Here's Roy, and there's Shaq bumped into him. Aldridge tries to go up with the left hand. He's going to be fouled, and that'll be on Stoudemire, and that'll be his fourth. I tell you, the passing in this game, and you'll watch this play again by Nash, his 7th assist.
I love that. The high handoff. Nobody can get up there. Once Shaq gets those big mitts on it, it's over.
Great hands. That's one of the things that a lot of people are excited about on Oden. He has great hands as well. You have a big man with good hands like Shaq and Oden, you got a chance. And I'm thinking about Kwame Brown, who does not, and it's always been tough for him in the league.
I've always said Kwame's got little hands, and he doesn't grip the ball very well. Look, another player goes flying into the bench area.
Well, here is what I was talking about earlier. This is kind of a reminiscent of what he did last year. Watch this.
Yeah, this is when he first got it there. He tried to jump over some people there, and I remember that there was a chair that got taken out, and here it is again on the other side of the Suns bench. He got a little bit more distance on that one. He's getting more familiar with his leaping ability here at U.S. Airways Center.
Oh, Bell just hit another three. Raja Bell has gotten back on track from three-point land, 13 points in the game. You better, I think, have what they call a release form if you're sitting in the first or second row here at the U.S. Airways Center. Release from any further recompense for being hit by a diesel.
Yeah, look at this one right here. Welcome back, Mr. Bell. Where have you been? He is doing everything tonight to try to help the Suns team get a win. Defense and three-point shots.
Well, I started to tell you about this earlier, that Thanksgiving came a little earlier this year, and yesterday Sun Center Shaquille O'Neal teamed with International Hunger Relief Organization Feed the Children to provide boxes of food and personal care items to families in need. 1,600 families are served at 2 locations, St. Vincent de Paul and Pilgrim Rest Baptist Church. The big cactus with a big assist during this holiday season.
I don't know if there's a man in the NBA with a bigger heart than Shaquille O'Neal. He does so much for charitable organizations.
Fox Sports Arizona, their next game will be the day after Thanksgiving on Friday. So let me wish you a happy Thanksgiving, Scott. And also our viewers are with us here tonight as the Suns will go on the road for a couple of games. And Shaq, they were the only team not to lose 3 in a row last year, and they're going to hopefully avoid that tonight.
Yeah, they will avoid that tonight if they take care of the basketball and do all those things. I mean, if they can win this one tonight, and you go on the road to Oklahoma City, a team that's only won 1 game, go up to Minnesota where they've only won 2 games, you got an opportunity to put a 3-game win streak together right before Thanksgiving. That just makes the turkey and the mashed potatoes and the stuffing taste a little bit better on Thursday.
I'm getting hungry thinking about it.
I like those sweet potatoes with the marshmallows on top. They brown them up a little bit.
You were bad.
Oh,
you know that?
yeah.
You were really bad.
Those are the best. Hey, we take this quick opportunity, too, to say happy Thanksgiving to everybody up at Whisper Rock. All my golf club buddies up there. See you tomorrow.
Look at that. 7 of 11 the Suns from three-point land in the second half. Nash and Bell between them have scored 29 points in this game. Brandon Roy looking into the minute 45 to go, and there's that left hand again. I've never seen a guy who's right-handed use the left hand as much as he does.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, you feel for Raja Bell because he takes away the strong hand, which is supposed to be his right hand, but that left hand is just as deadly.
26 points now for Brandon Roy. A big thanks and a happy Thanksgiving to our producer David Hughes and our director Bob Adlock. Guys, it's always a pleasure. Hope you have a great turkey day. In the corner, Raja Bell. Not this time. Look at Hill. Stay with it. Battling for it. It'll be off of Portland. Good effort that time by the Suns. 1:18 to go. Suns trying to reach 100 points, Scott.
I'm looking at my stats before the game, and I figured the first team to 100 would win this ball game. I didn't want to jinx it by saying it, but that's what I thought it would take. 100 points to win this game. It looks like that number is going to do it for the Suns tonight.
Well, Thunder Dan Marley will get to go to Oklahoma City to see the Thunder play as they go into Oklahoma. Oklahoma tonight, by the way, just absolutely destroyed Texas Tech in that big game. Played that in Norman, Oklahoma. Wasn't even close. Blake. Into the corner it comes. Outlaw. Outlaw with a 3. And that will be their 12th three of the night. Make that their 11th three of the night. They're 11 of 30.
I can't understand why they're not fouling.
I don't either. And there's a kick ball. They'll have 16 seconds on the shot clock. Let's go out to Brad Steinke in the Paseo. Brad?
Well, thanks, guys. Make sure to stick around after the game for Quest Suns Live. We'll be joined by Tom Chambers, and we'll hear from Thunder Dan Marley. He'll be live on set talking about tomorrow's celebrity waiters. So we got to stick and stay for that, guys.
You got it. Looking forward to that tomorrow night. Going out from Chandler to Marley's for the waiters celebrity dinner. And there's a miss by Bell. 99-92 with 30 seconds left in the game. Roy trying to keep it close. Can't get it. Bell with a rebound, and Fernandez fouled him from behind. So the Suns tonight avoiding a 3-game losing streak. They'll go to 9-5, 4-3 at home. And we'll go on the road to Oklahoma City, then to Minnesota on Wednesday. Our next game will be the Miami Heat. That's the day after Thanksgiving. Boy, Dwayne Wade has come back in a big way.
And we get to see our old friend Sean, the Matrix Marion as well.
Right. As Bell at the line. Bell started slowly in this game, but impacted it in the second half. Suns now 11 of 18 for the free throw line. That's the same number that Portland has from the free throw strike. Well, this was a very physical game. A game that I think the tone was set by Shaquille O'Neal early. And then the Suns started to hit the threes and went on one of those little surges we've known them for in the third quarter.
Yeah, third quarter was huge. 31 points. 6 of 9 shooting from the land of 3. They got their inside game going during that stretch as well. It just seemed like for a while there that neither team would miss. And Steve Blake was hot from outside as well from the other side.
Let me ask you something, Scott. I know you follow this closely. The New York Knicks made a couple of trades. Mike D'Antoni and Donnie Walsh. They acquire Al Harrington, Tim Thomas, who of course played for Mike here in Phoenix, Katina Mobley, Jamal Crawford, Zach Randolph, and Marcy Collins. Those trades between Golden State and the Clippers, clearing a lot of cap space with Randolph and Crawford. I think Harrington and Thomas and Mobley will really fit in well with Mike D'Antoni's system.
Yeah, definitely. Those guys can get out and run. They can rebound. They can put the ball on the basketball floor and take it to the hole. But I think most importantly, clearing a lot of future cap space for 2010, where they're going to load up and make a big run at some of those important free agents like LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh in that class that'll be available to the highest bidder.
Those are the 3 guys mentioned most. Then it comes to Roy to Blake. Blake a long 3 from outside. Fernandez can kick it out. Roy will try a 3. This one doesn't go. And Amari going up with Fernandez. And we're going to have a foul on Rudy Fernandez, I believe, or is it going to be Outlaw?
Yeah, I think Outlaw wrapped up Boris Diaw, threw him off the boards, and that's the one that referee Poole got.
Well, Terry Porter's got to be happy with this ball game. I mean, he was not pleased with the effort in Utah. And then Thursday night against the Lakers, he wanted to come out and play with energy. They did that. They've beaten a team that is on the rise in Portland, a team that had an identical record of 8-5, and win the getaway game before they go on the road.
Yeah, I mean, I think I like the way they played. They played, not great basketball in the first half, but their defense really kept them in it. And now you've got 6 guys in double figures in scoring, another guy with 9. So offensively, they shared the basketball. They did everything that they had to do to win this game.
Amari almost came up with the steal. Fernandez a long 3. Hill with the rebound. Nash is on the floor again. That'll do it. And the Suns have now gone to 9-5 with this victory. Scott, your final thoughts.
Final thoughts, great team efforts. Both sides of the basketball. Credit the coaching staff, not letting this team get too down when they lost 2 games in a row for the first time this season. They came out from this home crowd and put on a good show.
Thanks to Sheila Simpson, our stage manager, Tom Delnos, our statistician, Bob Puckman in charge of all the audio. The next Suns game on Fox Sports Arizona is Friday against the Miami Heat. Suns Live begins at 5:30. For Scott Williams, I'm Gary Bender. For much more on tonight's game, including Terry Porter's press conference and reaction from inside the locker room, it's time for Suns Live from the Bud Light Paseo. Brad Steinke and Tom Chambers.
The Phoenix Suns snapping out of their 2-game funk tonight, stopping the Portland Trail Blazers thanks to big efforts from Shaquille O'Neal and Amare Stoudemire. 102-92 is the final. This is Quest Suns Live. Brad Steinke, Suns Ring of Honor member Tom Chambers. We'll talk about this game for the next 30 minutes or so. We're going right now to send it down to Mark McClune. He is standing by with Amare Stoudemire.
Standing by with stats, 17 big points tonight. First of all, let's talk about after Thursday, how important was it to bounce back with a win?
Well, it's very important. You know, both teams came tonight with the record of 8-5. Definitely want to come out here and set the tone early and try to get this win. So after disappointing losses to the Lakers, we wanted to come back and show that we're still good.
We saw this team score points a number of different ways tonight. As you continue to search for that identity, it's a buzzword. It's what everybody's talking about. Is there a way to pinpoint where you're most effective scoring points?
No, I think everybody's pretty much contributing what they are with the offensive play. Defensively, we're playing well as well, but I think from an offensive standpoint, we just got to keep working and keep trying to find that knack.
Defensively tonight, this team certainly did step up in shutting down the Blazers. How much has the defense improved this year?
Yeah, it improved a lot. I think we're bought into it. We're definitely trying to put in that work to get better. So if we just keep growing as a unit, we'll be okay.
Was it more physical down low in the paint tonight, or for the guy sitting in the fourth row that Shaq jumped on top of?
Yeah, Superman has entered the building.
Good stuff. Amare Stoudemire, big win. We'll let him go inside the Suns locker room. We're going to follow him and get more post-game reaction to the big win tonight over the Blazers. Guys? All right, thanks.